Hello everyone. In this video we're going to talk more about fractions, and we're going to talk about another type of fraction that I'll introduce here as well. So in the previous video we talked about fractions and what we called proper fractions, which is where the numerator is smaller in value than the denominator. So 2/3 is one example. I can say 3/4 is another example. 7/8 is another example, and another one would be 6/11. These are examples of proper fractions. The top number, numerator, smaller than the denominator. Another type of fraction which we'll run into from time to time is what's known as an improper fraction. Compared to proper fractions, it's the opposite, where the numerator is larger in value than the denominator. So an example would be 3/2 or 3/2. Another example would be 5/4, 7/6. The list goes on and on. Another example would be something like 8/3. These are all examples of improper fractions. An improper fraction represents a quantity greater than or equal to a whole unit. So if I look at this first example, 3/2, well, this is 3/2, which is another way to say it. So 2/2, or 2/2, would be one whole set. But I don't have 2/2, I've got 3/2. So that means I've got an extra half. Remember, anything divided by itself is 1. So if I have one more half, I have 3/2. If I look at this second example, 5/4, well, 4/4 makes one whole set, and I have an extra fourth for the remainder to complete this set. Let me look at this last one here, 8/3. So what's interesting here is that I don't have one whole set of 3. Because if I take 3 away from 8, I've got 5. So 5/3 is still an improper fraction, meaning I've got a whole nother set of 3. So if I take 6, meaning I got 3/2 here, 3/3, and 3/3 here, that's 2 whole sets of 3, or 6. If I take 6 away from 8, I've got 2/3. So I've got 2 whole sets of 3 and 2/3 remaining. That will give me 8/3. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.